Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the 2019-20 CoSIDA Academic All-America Team Member of the Year, NAIA. That is across the entire landscape of the NAIA. Her name is Grace Berry, out of Concordia University in Nebraska. I was a hooper. She, a phenomenal point guard and a leader for the Concordia Bulldogs. Grace, just to rattle off a few things before we get started with our conversation. How about when you transferred from Nebraska Kearney prior to the 2018-19 season, you helped this Bulldog team go to a 67-5 record, a national championship, a national title in your first year with this school. And obviously with the pandemics, you were so sadly cut short in trying to get to that second national title, but you were the MVP in your first campaign at that tournament. Your numbers are just extraordinary. I want to talk about your versatility really quick. Again, I played the game, so I have a big heart for my point guards. 14 points per game, 5 assists, 3 steals, 3 rebounds. How about a 46% field goal percentage from the floor? That is efficiency, young lady. And you did it in the classroom too, with a 3.98 GPA in secondary education. Congratulations, because you are one, my friend, of over 2,000 nominees in the NAIA landscape, male or female, all sports. What is your reaction?
Well, I'm honestly just filled with gratitude. I've been surrounded by so many great people, so many great influences, teammates, my family. It's just a testament to the great people around me. And I think anyone getting this award would say the same thing.
I would say that's so humble, but I'm sure anyone who saw you play, you're kind of like a bulldog out there, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Give us a flavor of your style and your leadership, because that really showed up in this process, and it has shown up over the years for you as a basketball player, and certainly that extends into the classroom.
Oh, yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is just like that servant leadership mindset of just being consistent every day, getting in the gym, getting in my shots, going to practice, being there, getting in the library as well, and just like being a great role model to my other teammates about being consistent and focused on school and basketball.
Mm-hmm. What I find really cool is that you were able to transfer, as I mentioned, from Nebraska Kearney, which I believe is Division II, and to make that transition. Why did you do it and make that jump to Concordia, where you've simply been dominant?
The biggest thing for me is I was looking for a school where I could be surrounded by great people who could help me grow in basketball, grow in academics, grow in just life. I wanted to grow in all different avenues of life, and I felt like Concordia was the place to be at. I felt like that's where I could grow and become the best I could possibly be.
Mm-hmm. So academically, I mean, the GPA just jumps off the charts, right? You've got to have the combination of both, and you have it. Secondary education, why secondary education? And just maybe give us a flavor for the challenges of being a student athlete and maintaining such a high threshold of success in the classroom.
Oh, yeah. Well, I picked secondary education because I love kids and I love social sciences. And so that's what I'm going into. I really want to teach about history and psychology and economics and all the different aspects that kind of like make up our everyday world. And I really want to help students grow not only in the classroom, but kind of just critically thinking about world issues and things like that. And so I went for secondary education. Mm-hmm. And so far, I absolutely love it. It's awesome. And then when it comes to just focusing in the classroom, for me, the biggest thing is I want to be the best I can possibly be in everything I do in life. I want to be a great coach. I want to be a great teacher. I want to be great in relationships and school and all of those things. And I think it starts with athletics and academics. If you can excel in both of those, I think you're going to be set.
So I think I saw where you maybe want to coach.
It's definitely a seed in the mind for sure.
Yeah. Well, so many great point guards manifest into fantastic coaches, and given your level of success in the classroom and on the court, success will come to you. But I think, and I pray that you and your family and your friends have all been safe as we go through this pandemic. And it was really remarkable to see the college basketball season really come to a halt because of the pandemic, and just crushing the dreams of the senior, especially. While keeping this positive, I mean, what have you learned through this process and really having that opportunity? Because I saw that you had a really profound tweet that kind of went around Twitter, and, just expressing your sadness over the inability to pursue that championship, Grace. What was that like for you, really? And as you look back on it now, several months later, how do you learn from it? Having something stripped of you like that.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I definitely cried a bunch with my teammates, my family. It was really hard because you work. I'm 22 right now. I've worked 20-ish plus years for that opportunity. And yes, I got to compete for a national championship the year before, but I wanted it again. Like, when you're a college athlete, like, that's what you're there for. That's what you live for, those awesome challenges. And so it was truly heartbreaking. And I think anyone in the tournament and anywhere would say that the same thing. But for me, yes, it's heartbreaking, but I also completely understand, like, the necessity of it. I know I would have had family there and things like that, people who were there to support me and be there for me. And I wouldn't ever want them to risk anything, like their health, their safety, to come watch me play basketball. And yes, I love basketball more than anyone. It is the greatest game. It truly is. But when it comes down to it, people are the most important thing. That's why I love basketball. I love my teammates. I love playing with them. I love competing against other people. So it really does stink. But I'm so thankful that the basketball community made the right decision in protecting the players and the fans.
I can recall, I want to hear from you some of your proudest moments. I can recall a game in which you played Creighton, I think last year in 2019. And girl, you stole the show. I wrote the numbers down: 26, 8 assists, 3 steals, 41 minutes. It turned out to be a squeaky loss, but you tackled a Big East opponent and quality team in Creighton. What are some of maybe that's one of them, maybe the national Natty championship for you? What are some proud moments through your athletic career?
I definitely think the biggest one of all, national championship. Celebrating that with my teammates, who you sweated out, grinded out every single practice, weight room, even in the library, you're grinding it out with your teammates. And just to be able to celebrate all that hard work and dedication with a great group of girls is one of the most incredible things that I've ever experienced. I also had the chance to win a state title when I was in high school, and we were known as the sleeper. No one thought we would win, but we had one of those teams that was just really special, and they just clicked. We didn't have the best stats or best players in the state or anything like that, but we clicked, and we had just great team dynamic, and so we were able to accomplish something pretty special. I would say those are probably the top two.
Two great ones. And coming from Lincoln, Nebraska, you have the heart of a champion, because anybody I've known from Nebraska, fighters and winners. Lastly, I just want to know, I'm curious to know, behind every great success are impactful people that not only support, but encourage. They can be coaches, they can be parents, siblings, maybe best friends. Has anybody really touched you in a way that has helped you, sort of grow in this journey and become somebody who wins the NAIA CoSIDA Academic All-America Team Member of the Year?
The list goes on and on. There are so many people who have influenced my life, my basketball career. Of course, my family, so many coaches. For me, probably the biggest person in my life was my older brother. He's about 4 years older. And he's athletic, but he's not the most competitive person, except when he's playing me. And so I grew up playing him in every single sport. I wanted to be like him. And he absolutely loved competing against me and things like that. But the biggest thing he taught me was like, yes, you have to work for it, but you also have to enjoy it. He taught me like, yes, basketball and anything in life is tough, and you're going to have downfalls and you're going to have challenges, but you got to love it. You got to enjoy it. And he really taught me that throughout my childhood. And that's what made me fall in love with the game.
That's awesome. I have an older brother too. I can certainly attest to that. I hope you're still going to lace him up, right? I mean, you're still going to be playing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody. That is Grace Berry. Congratulations on your honor. Again, I want to make this very clear. Over 2,000 nominees in the NAIA realm, and you are the winner. Enjoy this. Celebrate it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.